We are back. We're talking about Hard Times 2. Before people moan about the attendance, the building that they were in was funded by the federal government.
Yes.
So they have to go with federal government attendance schedule for COVID. So,
but they did a pretty good job. Despite all of that, they did a great job with the presentation.
Yeah, it looked really good. The crowd was really into it too, and I was really happy about that. This one really was a great palate cleanser from after that. We did not watch the pre-show at all, so those matches are not in the table.
Right.
You didn't watch it, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay, good. Let's start off with our first match. Austin Aries and Rhett Titus. Despite my personal grievances to Austin Aries, he's kind of a dick, but he's an awesome wrestler.
Yeah, he actually did pretty well tonight. Of course, a great opening match. Yeah, it was just good.
Yeah, it was a really fun match. It was a sweet brainbuster. He's such a crisp brainbuster guy. Really good opener for Austin Aries to win. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either.
He will most likely win this NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship thing. Okay, if they're bringing in as many people as they are that the NWA is kind of doing, I am okay with them introducing another title, but come on. Can we stop with introducing these titles?
No.
It's kind of getting ridiculous.
No,
now.
NWA is where all the indie people go and get their exposure. So
I
that's
guess.
fine.
As long as they defend these championships on other shows, then I'm going to be okay with it.
Well, they have been doing that.
I guess. I wouldn't have really done anything different with this. Maybe do a little more promo on Power, but whatever.
You know.
I have mixed feelings about this one. So OGK, Aaron Stevens, Kratos for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team
I was kind of confused
Champions.
about why this match was in here. Were there like a rivalry going into it or something?
I think there was like a challenge set by Stevens and Kratos for them. And also, it looks like OGK is going to be going to the NWA, which I do not mind. They need that star power in the NWA, and I think it's a great place for them.
Because I think what they're going to do is they might be merging the ROH Tag Team Champions with the NWA Tag Team Champions.
We already see one. Oh, well, no, we'll talk about that during Final Battle. But we've already seen one about a title unification, so I think this would make sense, and also that would be a great match for, what's the next NWA pay-per-view?
I don't know.
I don't think they've announced it. But anyway, OGK did win this match with a forearm roll-up on Aaron Stevens, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of like the aggression from Steven and Kratos, though. I hope they continue with the tag team. But overall, I thought this was a fun match, and Aaron Stevens lost his mind, which I love.
Yeah.
I really love.
I did like
Number
that
one,
too.
the commentary team. This had to be one of the best commentary teams out of the 4 shows.
Oh God, yes.
They really explained that whole thing, so I actually
They did
got
actually
the context.
a great job, and it again, these matches. I mean, you said, "Oh my gosh, there's so many," but they paced this show.
They did.
So
that was
well.
that was the other thing. They had a lot of. There were 14 matches on this,
But
and
they paced it really well.
I think they did.
There wasn't one match that felt like it should have gone longer.
Right. Oh, I agree with you. And every single match felt important enough to be on the show. This is Hard Times too. Like it felt like a big show. Doug Williams, he did sign with them, so he is going. Him and now Nick Aldis are bringing back British Invasion, which I love.
Nice. But he looks old.
He looked horrible.
Oh,
he looked ancient. His body looked really bad. Colby Corino is really small, but I kind of like his 2 big bodyguards.
Right.
They really built up how he is like that second generation wrestler really well, because he is. And the match itself was okay.
Yeah, this was the weakest out of all the matches, I think.
It was a spinning crucifix slam that just looked really sloppy. The communication was not there. I think because of Colby Corino's just general inexperience. That'll come back over time.
Yeah.
But Doug Williams, limit his prowess in the ring.
Yeah.
He did not look good.
No.
This was probably one of the weakest matches of the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was still fine.
It was, yeah.
This was awesome.
This was a great match.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
This was so well paced. Obviously, Kiera Hogan, Mickie James for the Impact Knockouts World Championship. Obviously, it was a counter, keeping Kiera Hogan strong.
Yeah.
I was so mean to Kiera Hogan like a couple of years ago because I thought she was not going to amount to anything. She has really come into her own as a wrestler, and she is quickly becoming one of my favorite women's wrestlers right now on anybody that's not in WWE.
Right.
She has really gotten this, and this match was stellar.
She was. I mean, Mickie James trained her essentially,
Right.
so it was a stellar match. They did a great presentation with it and everything. It was good.
Oh, yeah, and the crowd was super into it. I loved this match.
A lot of great history, and that's what I like about NWA. NWA puts a lot of thought into the historic part of what these matches
I just like the feel and the presentation of NWA. It's something so different.
Right.
It's just so nice.
It's all about the wrestling. It's not necessarily about the pageantry. It's just
right.
coming out of a curtain
and even then, there is a lot of different pageantry stuff to it. I think a commentary team is really good. I like the interview area.
Yeah.
I think the interview area looks really clean. It's just so different that it makes it feel interesting.
Yeah, it does.
I really like it. This was a great match.
It was.
I love the rivalry with this.
I like this one. Was one of my favorite rivalry.
Tyrus is becoming a lot better in the ring.
Yes, he is.
He's starting to become into that. I love.
Didn't he take some time off though? Isn't that why he was really bad at first? But now that he's more regular.
Yeah. He's more regular. He was doing a lot of the stuff because he is that analyst on Fox. He's still doing that. But
he has the belt with him whenever he's doing his analysis.
It's really big too.
So it's actually really popular.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really good. And Tyrus Cyon, I think they had a great promo package for this that got me excited. I love the Austin.
The match, of course, there was it was a grudge match, so there were there was a lot of spots and stuff involved.
The Pope being the special guest referee, I thought that was great. Yep. Tyrus really poking that bear.
Right, they're putting a lot of thought into these matches. There was
great. Thought into it, and especially with this match. I mean, this was great.
Oh yeah.
And I will say Tyrus, he's looking better.
Yep.
I think personally. And also just
getting back into that ring shape.
Yeah, the whole Austin Idol faction, where it's with Tyrus, Clearwater. No, they don't have an official name yet. It's the Austin Idol group.
Oh, that's right.
So it's Tyrus, Jordan Clearwater, and then there was another guy who's with it. But all of them just played their part so well.
Yeah.
And it was just really fun. The Pope hit double knees, and then a heart punch where the Pope, he didn't want to count it. It was so well done.
Oh yeah,
it was awesome. I was grinning ear to ear. It was just amazing. I love this match. It was a great palate cleansing match. Oh yes,
it was.
This one exceeded my expectations, but they're keeping Judais strong.
They are,
and I think that was good. So it was a Adonis lock, and I liked how I think it was Velvet Sky who said he's keeping a master lock on the NWA National Heavyweight Champion,
right.
And I thought that was awesome. Also, no interference from Strictly Business, which I thought was awesome, which is great. So yes, Adonis is still the national champion. I liked it. I'm fine with it.
It was good.
And also, once again, Judais is still strong.
Yep.
Okay.
This one was an interesting.
There was something missing. From this match. Obviously, for the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Rebellion versus the End. Did they talk about that the End won a big tournament to get to this spot? Yeah, they did. They had a promo package for it. Yeah. I'm not sure what it was.
There was something missing. It definitely was, out of all the championship matches, I think this one was
the weakest in my opinion, too. I think so. There was something there, but what I liked is, number one, La Rebellion with 450, so they are still the champions, which is great.
Yeah.
Also, they're taking those titles down to Mexico, so they're defending the championships around, which I think is great.
Yeah.
So, they're working with the Crash promotion, really good in dives with that. But JTG and Dirty Dango, formerly known as Fandango, great place for him, by the way.
Absolutely.
Also, they did talk about the history between the two.
Yeah.
Them interested in the tag title scene. I'm interested. It's something engaging. Yeah. And I was not mad about this match. It was just the weakest out of the matches. But, there has to be a weak match.
There does. Someone has to be at the bottom.
Right. I expected more.
I did too. I expected
this did not feel like a grudge match.
Yeah, you know how I said, I think that they gave the match the right amount of time. Mm-hmm. But I think that this was it wasn't a poorly executed match, but it could have been better executed.
Right. The only thing is that
it didn't have that big fight feel to me.
Right. Of a grudge match, I am expecting them to go all out with it. Just weapons and pillage and something more akin to a fight.
Yeah.
This did not feel like a fight. This felt like a wrestling match, and it shouldn't have been. Especially with the rivalry going into it. They showed a package of their personal lives, how close these two were, and how big the attack was.
Here's a thought. This match could have involved those weapons and stuff, but I feel like they should have had another promotion do it on their behalf. Like Maybe. Impact or AEW. One of those, because I feel like with a promotion like that, because this one feels like the clean cut promotion. You know what I mean? I think
with it being more of the clear cut promotion, that would have made that even better.
Like have the weapons involved with that.
Yeah, this goes above and beyond the NWA. This is too personal.
Right.
And especially at something like Hard Times 2, they should have emphasized that. It was a missing opportunity.
It was.
For me. There was just something different, and I did not like it.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing. I would have added weapons. Yeah. I would have added like a steel cage.
Again, you are working with the limitations
I know.
of the arena. If they wanted to do this match, have another promotion do it on their behalf.
Right. Maybe False Count Anywhere. That would have been cool. Where like the crowd could follow them. That'd be really cool.
Right, but again, it's something that they couldn't do with the limitations they were given. So I understand it, but they should have had somebody else just work it for them.
This was... What did I say about? So before this, there was a jazz segment that I liked that.
It was okay. It wasn't as it didn't feel as special as the Awesome Kong segment.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Jazz retired or not.
She is. She's officially done. She's not wrestling anymore.
Okay. So was that her official retirement speech? Okay.
Yes, that was her official retirement speech because she was the NWA Women's Champion. At one time.
Okay, but that didn't feel like that. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like a retirement speech.
You don't think so?
No.
I thought it was.
It didn't feel like an awesome, like Awesome Kong's retirement speech, for example. That one was better than this one was, but it was still nice to see her.
Right. She looks good. I'll at least say that. So Kamille, Melina for the NWA Women's World Champion. This was a brutal match.
It was.
These two chicks beat the crap out of each
Oh,
other.
God, yes.
Honestly, to me, this felt like more of a grudge match than this one.
Oh, absolutely. And I wouldn't change a thing.
Melina looks really good.
Yep.
And also, I really liked how she worked the leg of Kamille.
Yeah.
And they really built the match around Melina being that scientific veteran.
Yep.
Where Kamille is still trying to do the power, but still got the spear in for the win.
Right.
This was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I loved this.
This one felt a little rushed at the end, but I did like the overall pacing of the match.
Yeah, I did too. And Kamille still being the champion, great. And also Melina, despite what people say, Melina's still Melina. She defended the championship at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
She's still a big name.
She is.
So I think this was appropriate, keeping Kamille looking really strong too. I'm very happy.
Absolutely.
And we have our main event.
I was initially not excited about Mike Knox, but Mike Knox actually surprised me.
You think so?
Well, again, so you got two big guys.
Right.
Would I have chosen a better opponent? Absolutely. Mike Knox does not have that big name feel.
Right.
But for a match between two big guys, this is kind of what I expected.
Right.
Because, of course, Trevor Murdoch still moves around like a cruiserweight.
Oh, absolutely.
And Mike Knox is actually going toe-to-toe with him on that. He's not doing all the cruiserweight-esque moves, but I felt like it was someone who could just... It was a brutal, like, beat 'em up sort of match.
I said this was a fun Haas match.
It was.
But here's my thing. I thought they did a really great time promoting Mike Knox as that person. What I really wanted them to emphasize is Mike Knox wrestling within Power, because I don't think he ever did. I feel like this title match was not earned. And I feel like as an NW,
well, they did
but he attacked him. Like
right.
that's not earning the champion. You're weaseling your way into it.
But what what was missing was a lot of NWA style build.
Right.
A lot of the build happened outside of the NWA system.
Right, and I think that's
they
where...
They did not have control over it.
If you had Mike Knox winning matches on NWA television to really promote this, making him look like a monster...
Making him look like he deserves the shots.
Right. And I would have...
That's fine. But, again, very classic storyline going into it. I didn't mind it at all. It actually turned out to be a good match. I did not have high expectations for this match, but I'm glad that the match actually turned out pretty well.
So Murdoch hit that top rope bulldog. I love that move, by the way.
Yeah.
For the win, and Matt Cardona comes out wanting to congratulate him, but then Knox attacks him, and then Cardona joins him, and then holds the championship up. So it looks like we might have the next contender. Once again, please. I know he wrestles for another company more full-time, which with Impact. But if you're going to have Murdoch Cardona for the title, you have to have Cardona wrestle at NWA so the crowd can get to see it.
Right. And even better, have Murdoch go to Impact so that people...
With that title, that'd be cool. Yeah.
So that people can get more familiar with Trevor Murdoch and the NWA.
Right.
Have that cross-promotion really be there. They have the opportunity to create a very powerful rivalry going into this. But
because they have a couple of months to do this now, because I don't know when the next NWA show is. Mm-hmm. We're definitely going to cover it. And we don't even know if that's going to be the actual contender.
Right.
But that's just kind of what's going on there. Anyway, I liked Hard Times 2
It was.
overall.
I liked it as well. Like I said, well-paced, very well-produced.
Yeah.
Very well-produced show.
Very seamless.
Yep.
The commentary is just great. I love the chemistry with all of them.
Yep.
It feels so different.
Yes.
And it's just a treat to watch an NWA show. I love watching Power. I watch it semi-weekly. Maybe I'll do like the reviews that I usually do and start covering that. But, I cover a bunch of other things that piss me off.
All right,
so.
2 down and 2 to go. So when we come back, we are going to cover...
War Games.
War Games.